Today, I will be doing a presentation on managing growth, and I will be doing a study case uh, showing you guys about managing growth in your small business. What we will be discussing in this presentation is one, identify two common perils of growth for a small business. Two, explain how these perils can lead to the failure of the business. Three, show how owners can recognize and overcome each peril. Four, review a real-world example, mismanaged growth, and recommended fixes. The two perils of growth. The first peril is overexpansion. Overexpansion happens when a business grows faster than the overall system of cash flow of the business can support it. This leads to poor quality control, brings in some inconsistent customers, newly experienced, and could be a financial strain not knowing how to handle the overexpansion. People and talent gaps is the second peril of growth. Early on, some employees or even founders could lack the skill needed if the business needs to conduct on larger scale operations. This dysfunction could lead to leadership breakdown, and if the new employees are struggling, it can lead to operational errors and low morale. How to find and exterminate these perils. Recognizing the warning signs. Profit margins shrink despite higher sales. So if you have higher sales and your profit margin is shrinking, then that means there's something wrong. Frequent operational mistakes or even customers leaving bad reviews or complaining. 3. Employees have bad mental health and are overwhelmed or even burnt out of their roles in your company. Fixes and solution. Stabilize before scaling. Ensure each location/product is always profitable when doing expansion. Systemize operations, meaning always document and keep record of key business processes. Upgrade the talent of workers. Train, mentor, or replace team members to meet new expectations and challenges. Use data to grow your business. Tie expansions to measurable performance, meaning if everything is doing well, then there's more demand and expanding would be ideal. Case study. HomeJoy, a failed small business. The business type of HomeJoy was an on-demand home cleaning startup. The size of the company was a little more than 500 employees. What happened? They expanded too quickly across multiple cities and countries. They also struggled with inconsistent service quality and customer retention. They also had a lot of legal labor disputes. Basically, overworker classification accelerated their collapse. In the end, they ended up shutting down in 2015 after failing to manage their expansion and to sustain profitability. How HomeJoy could have avoided failure? They could have proved unit economics first by testing pricing and retention before expanding into the new market, meaning they should have tested their product in the market before expanding before they've been able to not keep the business going. Phase expansion. They should have only grown when their existing locations met performance and margin goals. They should have invested better in the people of their company, meaning the employees. Hiring experienced managers to train cleaners for better consistency was an issue for them. And they should have anticipated legal risks better. When training new employees, they should have aligned better labor practices to avoid future lawsuits. If they would have trained their employees to have better morale and better ethics, they would have never had any lawsuits. And here are my references, folks.